The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, came back to Los Angeles to reconnect with the family she left behind. Taylor already spent a good chunk of time with Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, and Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Samiri, off-screen, so now she's focusing on quality time with Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, and her children. Of course, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, will always be a huge part of Taylor's life, so she naturally wants to be around him as well, especially considering her devastating diagnosis. Taylor confessed to Leigh Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, that she has heart failure and that she's dying, but is she really getting killed off? Rebecca Budig just joined the show in August, so it seems strange to hire her just to get rid of her. Why go to the trouble of getting a high-profile Taylor recast if they were just going to give her a fatal outcome? Then again, maybe that was sort of the point. The powers that be might have wanted to wrap Taylor's story up for good and hired a replacement actress to get the job done. It's safe to assume Hunter Tylo and Krista Allen probably wouldn't have wanted to come back for Taylor's death arc, so Rebecca Budig might have been the solution to that problem. Many fans are already annoyed with the show for doing another doom and gloom story like Eric Forrester, John McCook, had not too long ago. Eric got a miracle cure, but will that be the case for Taylor? The situations are a little different since the show kept things vague when it came to Eric's terminal illness. It made it much easier for John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, to come through with a life-saving treatment out of the blue. With Taylor, they've actually named her condition by giving her heart failure. Does that mean they're going to move forward with Taylor's demise, or will she still get a soapy save in the end? Miraculous outcomes are always possible on daytime dramas, so that's important to keep in mind. No matter how things play out, we'll bring you more predictions on Taylor's storyline and updates on any behind-the-scenes news that emerges. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say some Taylor shockers are still to come, so stay tuned. CDL's where you want to be for exciting Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so drop by often for more B&B info. Fans of the Bold and the Beautiful B&B have been thrown for a loop with the return of Taylor Hayes, now portrayed by Rebecca Budig. Since her comeback to Los Angeles, Taylor has been spending time reconnecting with her family and the loved ones she left behind. But her return has also brought shocking news. Taylor is suffering from heart failure, and she's been given a terminal diagnosis. With her life hanging in the balance, viewers are left wondering, is Taylor really going to be killed off? And what does this mean for Budig's future on the show? In this story, we'll take a closer look at Taylor's current storyline, Rebecca Budig's recent casting, and the potential directions this could go for one of the most beloved characters on The Bold and the Beautiful. Since her return in August, Taylor has quickly resumed her place in the hearts of fans, and her storyline seems packed with emotional weight. Taylor first reunited with her son, Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, and her grandson, Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Samiri, off-screen. That bond remains an integral part of her life, but Taylor's focus has since shifted to her daughter, Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, and her grandchildren. These family ties, along with Taylor's deeper emotional history, were bound to come into play upon her return. She and Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, have shared years of history, much of it tangled with drama, love, and heartbreak. As she re-enters Ridge's life, Taylor seems drawn not only by her love for her family, but also by a desire to spend her remaining days near those she cares about the most. Her devastating diagnosis has added urgency to her actions, but is this really the end of the road for her character? However, in the world of soap operas, anything is possible. Medical miracles, secret cures, and unexpected recoveries happen all the time. But in Taylor's case, the show has made it clear that her heart condition is real and that she's on borrowed time. Unlike Eric Forrester, John McCook, who faced a terminal illness only to receive a life-saving cure, Taylor's condition seems more defined and final. Could this really be the end for her? Rebecca Budig's casting. Why now? One of the biggest mysteries surrounding Taylor's potential demise is why the show would recast such an iconic role with an actress like Rebecca Budig, only to kill her character off shortly after. Budig's addition to the cast has brought a fresh energy to Taylor's storyline, and many fans were excited to see what the experienced soap actress could bring to the character. It seems odd, then, that the show would go through the trouble of bringing in a high-profile recast if they were only going to kill Taylor off. The decision to cast Budig has raised questions about whether the show has long-term plans for the character, or if this is simply a short-term arc to give Taylor a proper send-off. This move has led to speculation that Hunter Tylo, who originated the role of Taylor, and Krista Allen, who previously played her, may not have wanted to return for such a dark and final storyline. Budig could have been brought in to bring Taylor's story to a close, allowing for an emotional exit without needing to involve previous actresses. If the goal was to give Taylor a definitive ending, Budig's casting may have been a way to accomplish that with the gravitas and nuance the role deserves. Is Taylor's fate sealed? With Taylor's health deteriorating, fans are already bracing for what might be her final days. The show's choice to explicitly diagnose her with heart failure seems to point to a tragic end for the character. However, it's important to remember that soap operas thrive on twists and surprises. Just because Taylor's condition seems dire doesn't mean she's necessarily going to die. Medical miracles are a common trope in daytime dramas, and while Taylor's heart failure has been clearly stated, that doesn't mean a miraculous recovery is off the table. With John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, being a doctor, there's always a chance that he could discover a treatment or cure that could save Taylor's life at the 11th hour. After all, soap operas often pull out all the stops when it comes to life or death situations. But even if Taylor doesn't receive a miraculous recovery, there's still a chance the show could leave her fate open-ended. Perhaps she'll decide to leave Los Angeles to seek treatment elsewhere, allowing the possibility of her return in the future. This would give the show a way to keep the character's legacy alive, even if Budig's tenure as Taylor comes to an end. Fans' reactions, mixed feelings. Not everyone is thrilled about Taylor's current storyline. Many fans have expressed frustration that the show seems to be revisiting the doom and gloom approach used with Eric's illness, only this time, the stakes feel higher. There's a sense that Taylor deserves more than just a sad send-off, especially after everything the character has been through over the years. Taylor has survived multiple near-death experiences in the past, including being presumed dead for a long time. Killing her off for real this time feels like a finality that many fans aren't ready for. Some viewers have also criticized the show for bringing back Taylor only to give her such a bleak storyline, arguing that she deserves a happier ending after everything she's sacrificed for her family. What's next for Taylor? As the Bold and the Beautiful heads into the next few weeks, fans will be watching closely to see what happens to Taylor. Whether or not she receives a miracle cure, Taylor's storyline is sure to tug at the heartstrings of viewers. If the show chooses to kill off her character, it will undoubtedly be a major turning point for the Forrester family, particularly for Ridge, Steffi, and Thomas. Ridge will likely struggle with losing someone he's loved for most of his life, and Steffi could face emotional fallout from losing her mother just as they've started to reconnect. The family's grief could also provide an opportunity for the show to explore more complex dynamics and relationships within the Forrester clan. At the same time, if the show opts to save Taylor or leave her fate ambiguous, it could lead to new storylines and possibilities for her character. Rebecca Budig's presence on the show has brought a new energy to Taylor, and it would be a shame to see her time cut short before she's had a chance to fully explore the character's depth. In the world of soap operas, nothing is ever set in stone. While Taylor's heart failure has put her on the brink of death, there's always a chance that a last-minute twist could save her. Rebecca Budig's casting adds another layer of mystery to the situation. If the show went to the trouble of bringing her on board, it's possible they have bigger plans for Taylor than just a quick exit. For now, fans will have to wait and see how Taylor's storyline unfolds. Whether she gets a happy ending or a tearful farewell, Taylor Hayes will always be a beloved character in the hearts of the bold and the beautiful fans. And no matter what happens, Rebecca Budig's portrayal of Taylor is sure to leave a lasting impression on the show and its audience. As more updates and spoilers emerge, viewers can expect plenty of emotional moments ahead for the Forrester family, and possibly some shocking twists that will keep everyone guessing until the very end. Will Taylor survive her heart condition, or is this truly the end for her? Only time will tell.